Welcome to part 3 on how the Cadian army is organised, and in this episode we'll be exploring how the Sabre Weapons Batteries, Reaper Laser Destroyer Batteries, Cadian Veteran Squads, and not forgetting the Kasrkin Stormtrooper Squads. So let us begin. The Sabre Gun Platform is a static heavy weapons platform used by heavy weapons squads of the Astra Militarum, and also by various planetary defense forces to protect valuable assets and locations. The platform is most commonly used for light anti-air and ground defense roles, and is favoured by Imperial Guard, armoured and support regiments. Sabre platforms are also used to provide additional firepower during forward deployments, or are rapidly deployed to fortify a position from an attack, and are used by Imperial Guard heavy weapons squads in place of the man-portable weapons. However, the Sabre gun platform's lack of mobility means it is only used in this manner when a regiment is occupying static defense positions. The Sabre gun platform is a mobile heavy weapons platform that makes the use the same stabilizer leg mount as the Tarantula Sanctuary gun, with the main difference between the two being that the Sabre is manned by a small team of soldiers, as opposed to the Tarantula, which is automated using a machine spirit controlled logic engine. The Sabre features built-in auto-stabilizers to reduce recoil and improve accuracy of its mounted weapons. The platform's weapon mount can rotate a full 360 degrees and can also be armed up and down, which allows the platform's crew to engage both low-flying enemy aircraft and enemy ground forces. The platform's light structural weight can be easily assembled on the field by a weapons team, and then can be broken down fully for transport to a new location. Although this process cannot be done when under enemy fire, due to their inability to keep up with advancing or retreating forces, Sabre teams are expected to hold their ground regardless of any level of opposition. They will often form the last line of defense during a failing campaign, and the majority of guardsmen rightly consider that assignment to a Sabre weapons battery can be a death warrant. The Sabre weapons battery is organised just like the heavy weapons squad. Number 1 being the team leader, also the head gunner, number 2 being the assistant gunner, number 3 and 5 are gunners, and number 4 and 6 are the assistant gunners. Leading the battery is a lance corporal. Number 3 and 5 are specialists, and number 2, 4 and 6 are guardsmen, 3rd class. And just like the previous video, Guardsmen 3rd class are equivalent to newly commissioned Guardsmen, green troops that have just been promoted from that of a white shield. And further up the rank, numbers 2, 4 and 6, these Guardsmen are Guardsmen 2nd class, which are more experienced troops than that of the previous rank. The Sabre gun platform is most commonly deployed in batteries, consisting of up to 3 platforms and their crews. Each Sabre platform is crewed by 2 specially trained Imperial Guardsmen, usually members of a heavy weapons squad, although they can be assigned additional crew if needed. Only a single crewman is required to operate the weapon, if circumstances require it. The crew of each Sabre platform is armed with a standard issue Imperial Guard weapons and war gear, most commonly a lasgun. Next up are the Cadian Rapier Laser Destroyer Batteries. The Rapier is a semi-automated tracked ballistic or directed energy weapon mount used by the Cadians. It is used to transport weapons that are too heavy for a single Imperial Guardsman to carry on his own. It features on-board targeting systems and power generators. The Rapier can be operated by a single operator or by a pair of operators who control both the device's movement and weapons fire from the controls at the rear of the mount. The Rapier is controlled by a well-trained and experienced Imperial Guardsman. While the Rapier's machine spirit is capable of moving the Rapier on its own, its weapons cannot be fired without input from its operator. The Cadians use the Laser Destroyer Array. This now rare weapon can trace its origins back to the Great Crusade in the late 30th millennium, where it was used by both the Imperial Army and the Space Marine legions against the enemies of the newly formed Imperium of Man, and later by both sides during the Horus Heresy of the early 31st millennium. The Cadian Rapier Laser Destroyer Battery is organised slightly differently. All of the assistant gunners are that of Guardsman 2nd class. This is due to the fact that this type of weapon requires a lot more training and skill when used in battle. Number 1 being the team leader of the rank of Lance Corporal, number 3 and number 5 of Specialists, and number 2, 4 and 6 are that of Guardsman 2nd class. The Cadian Veteran Squad. A veteran, sometimes called a hardened veteran, is a trooper of the Astra Militarum who has served multiple battles and has become a skilled and efficient warrior for the Emperor of Mankind. Veterans are sometimes assembled into what is known as a veteran squad, to be placed within less experienced platoons or companies. Imperial Guard regiments are often called upon to fight grueling wars of attrition, lasting standard years or even solar decades. As time passes, each company will shrink in size as casualties take their inevitable toll. Those that survive are the hardest troopers of the Astra Militarum. Their battlefield training has been on in the fires of war, forging them into warriors who have learnt how to fight and kill with lethal efficiency. Veterans are the battle-hardened elites of the Astra Militarum, the first squad in an assault and the last in a retreat. Astra Militarum veterans are natural-born survivors. They have escaped ambushes, negotiated minefields, fought a myriad of foes, and lived to tell the tale. Their continued existence, despite the dangers they face, is a testament to both their skill at war and their natural survival instinct. In extremely rare cases, an entire company may endure the grim wars of a campaign and emerge largely unscathed. Their practiced skill, peerless cunning, and supernatural luck allow them to avoid heavy casualties. Legendary reputations follow such companies of veterans, and each new engagement brings them greater renown amongst the rank and file troopers. But in the vast majority of cases, only a single squad or combat-hardened veterans will survive the slaughter of their company. Such squads are attached to larger regiments, where it is hoped that they will assimilate quickly and their skills may rub off onto less experienced soldiers. These veterans may not be from the same regiment or even the same homeworld, and so may introduce brand new combat tactics and entirely different war ethic to their foster regiment. Although veteran squads technically remain part of the same rigid command structure, these grizzled survivors function best when allowed a certain amount of free rein. They provide valuable battlefield experience and may employ unconventional but effective tactics that are not taught by the Tactica Imperia. Veterans excel in all aspects of warfare, from close-range firefights to heavy demolitions work. Veterans are all inevitably die-eye shots, and such warriors are usually kept together to bolster the line, their superior marksmanship making the difference between defeat and victory. Many veterans carry weapons and war gear not commonly issued to the massed ranks of Imperial Guardsmen. An extra plasma blast here, or a gout from a heavy flamer, there can make the difference between life and death. Cadian veteran squads are organised slightly differently to that of the regular infantry squads. Number 1 being the squad leader, number 2 being the Vox operator, but number 3, 4 and 5 are fire support. Number 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 are las gunners. This is the Type 1 veteran squad, the standard veteran squad which is most commonly used in the 18th Cadian Army Group. The highest ranked veteran squad starts with Master Sergeant, Sergeant First Class, Staff Sergeant, Sergeant, and then the rest of the squads are corporals. Number 2 being the Vox operator, who is at the rank of Lance Corporal. Number 3, 4 and 5 are of the rank of Specialist. Number 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 are of the rank of Guardsman First Class. A Cadian Veteran Squad Type 2 consists of a veteran heavy weapons team. These are the last survivors of heavy weapon squads, who have ample experience in operating their devastating weaponry. This squad is organised the same, however number 9 and 10 have a different role to play in the battlefield. Number 9 being the gunner, and number 10 being the assistant gunner for the heavy weapon. For the Type 2 veteran squad, the ranks are, for number 1 being the rank of Master Sergeant, Sergeant First Class, Staff Sergeant, Sergeant, and then the rest of the squads are corporals. The Kasrkin Stormtrooper Squads. The Kasrkin are elite troopers of the Astra Militarum. They are the elite of the elite, the vanguard of Cadia, and they are the best infantrymen on the fortress world of Cadia. Because they are the elite special forces troops drawn from the same world as the existing Cadian shock troops regiments of the Imperial Guard, the Kasrkin are officially classified by the Militarum as a type of Tempestor's scions, known as Grenadiers, because of their heavy weapons and elite tactical training. Their name comes from the title of the fortress cities of Cadia, which are called Kasars, in the native Cadian dialect of Low Gothic. The Kasrkin are the elite of the already skilled Cadian planetary military forces and are chosen to serve in the Astra Militarum when they are still serving as White Shields in the Cadian planetary defense forces. Kasrkin soldiers were well known amongst the stormtrooper regiments assigned to Cadia, and are renowned for their ability to remain cool under fire in combat situations where even many other veteran Cadian guardsmen would break. The Kasrkin are highly trained in the use of numerous heavy weapons, and are entrusted with special equipment of high quality and rare craftsmanship, such as their hell guns and hotshot las guns, which are much more powerful versions of the normal las gun used by regular guardsmen. They also wear carapace armour and helmets sealed for hazardous environments. Their armour also deflects and absorbs incoming projectiles far better than standard Imperial Guard flak armour. Kasrkin are also given minor biological modifications, increasing their resilience while allowing them to move quickly despite their heavier gear. Kasrkin sergeants often wield rare and powerful equipment more commonly used by Imperial Guard officers, such as power swords and hotshot las pistols. The Kasrkin can carry special weapons suited to their assault role on the battlefield, and exceptional marksmanship, including plasma guns, melter guns, grenade launchers, and flamers. True to their nature as grenadiers, the Kasrkin carry both frag grenades and crack grenades, and are extensively trained in use of these weapons. Some chroniclers amongst the Tactica Imperialis have recorded a number of difficult firefights in the Kasrkin's history that were resolved by the creative application of grenades. The Kasrkin Stormtroopers are a unique unit in itself when it comes to their organisation, within the squads. They can be split into 2 teams, as well as 1 squad. Number 1 is the squad leader. Number 6 is the team leader and second in command. Number 3 and 8 are fire support. Numbers 2, 4, 5, 7, 9 and 10 are hotshot lasgunners. The highest ranking stormtrooper is that of a sergeant major, and then followed by first sergeant, master sergeant, sergeant first class, staff sergeant, and the rest of the squads are sergeants. As previously mentioned, stormtrooper squads can be split into 2 teams. The sergeant, for example, is number 1 and he is in command of the squad. Second in command is number 6, he is of the rank of corporal. Number 2 and number 7 are of the rank of lance corporal. Number 3 and number 8 are that of the rank of specialist, and the number 4, 5, 9 and 10 are of the rank of guardsman first class. The preferred method of deployment for the Kasrkin stormtrooper squad is that of the use of the Valkyrie gunship. Senior ranking officers would usually use the stormtroopers to do secret missions, and furthermore for stealth incursion, sabotage and rescue operations. This is one of the fundamental reasons why the stormtrooper squad can be split into 2 5-man teams. Here is an overview of all the enlisted ranks mentioned in this particular episode. Guardsman 3rd class, Guardsman 2nd class, Guardsman 1st class, Specialist Guardsman, Seasoned Guardsman, Senior Guardsman, Sergeant, Staff Sergeant, Sergeant First Class, and Master Sergeant. The Kasrkins, however, have a completely different uniform, and furthermore they have a unique insignia. To represent their elite status, they have a lightning bolt symbol attached to their arm. The rank of Guardsman First Class, Specialist Guardsman, Seasoned Guardsman, Senior Guardsman, Sergeant, Staff Sergeant, Sergeant First Class, Master Sergeant, First Sergeant, and the highest ranking stormtrooper is that of a Sergeant Major. This concludes part 3 on how the Cadian army is organised. In the next episode, we'll be exploring how the different types of platoons are organised within the 18th Cadian Army Group. And furthermore, we'll be exploring the command structure of the platoon command squads. For honour and for glory, and for Cadia will stand. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and to also share this video with your friends. And an honourable mention to my Patreon supporters. Without their support, these videos would not be possible. Keep an eye out for the next episode, because you don't want to miss what's next. And I will see you next time. Happy wargaming.